Good evening, everyone. I'm Jonathan, reporting to you from Tokyo. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. This is the Sunday evening update regarding the earthquake over in Kyushu. And at this point, officials are continuing to tell us that the tremors in the island are continuing, and they have told us that up until 7 o'clock p.m. Sunday, 470 different tremors have been experienced in the area. We're talking about anything from a level 1 to a level 4 on the GMA seismic intensity scale. 4 is still pretty significant because you really do feel it. It's not nearly as strong as the ones that were felt on Saturday, but nevertheless, whenever the earth is shaking, it continues to hamper the efforts of officials trying to rescue those who are in need of help and to start the recovery process. And officials are saying, look, experts are saying, we're talking about the scientific experts who continue to monitor the ground. They're saying that there is not going to be relief in terms of these quakes for at least the next several days, which is certainly not surprising given the nature of how strong this particular quake was in the series of quakes that took place since Thursday. One of the other concerns that meteorologists had, including myself, was the fact that a developing rain system was coming out of China and would have led to potential mudslides and additional landslides because of the loose ground being mixed in with some of the heavier precipitation. So far, we have not received any reports of landslides that developed from the rainfall, at least no significant ones. And through the analysis I saw on radar, during the early morning hours on Sunday, most of the heavy rain bands, which was somewhat expected, moved toward the north, toward the Korean Peninsula. There were some smaller but still heavy rain bands that moved toward the southern portion of Kyushu, and Kumamoto is located in the central western portion of the island. So thankfully, it did not. These areas did not see heavy rainfall for prolonged periods of time, if any. Most of it moved around the earthquake hit area, and so that is a good thing when it comes to preventing additional landslides from taking place. One of the latest developments that is concerning for those living there is the fact that supermarkets are having to suspend their operations, as you would expect, because of the infrastructure being damaged and having difficulty getting access to the island. The supply has run low, and so many of the supermarkets who are trying to provide supplies can't do it because they don't have any of those coming into the island. Now, as of this report, the death toll has not changed. In some aspects, that's a good thing, obviously, but the death toll is still significant. 41 people have died since the quake from Thursday and then through the day on Saturday. We are being told that 11 people are missing or they have not received any contact from these people, and so that is certainly disconcerting to the families of those who have not heard from their loved ones. Now, relief efforts, as you would expect, are underway. The way that this country operates, people get into help anytime these type of disasters happen. You probably heard a lot of the efforts that took place from the 2011 earthquake. Same type of situation taking place, and today I heard from my friends who are involved with the relief efforts that local churches are gathering donations and purchasing supplies, and so there's going to be supply trucks being sent over to Fukuoka, which is in the northern portion of Kyushu. That seems to be the main distribution point because that is the area that can be more easily accessed, and then those logistically coordinating the relief efforts over in Kyushu will be able to take the supplies and help those in the area. Officials and specialists in earth sciences are going to continue to monitor the seismic activity, but it is expected to continue as we go throughout the next few days. It's already occurred hundreds of times, and so we just hope that it doesn't get any worse, but that's something that residents are having to face, the constant shaking of the ground beneath them as we go throughout the next several days, potentially even to Thursday or Friday. Meanwhile, possibly unrelated, but at the same time, because it's located in the same realm of unsettled earth, you probably already heard the news. Ecuador had a major earthquake on Saturday night local time at around 7 o'clock p.m. A magnitude 7.7 quake occurred, and it was only 10 kilometers deep, which is about the same depth of the quakes that struck Kyushu. There was a tsunami alert that was issued at the time, but that was cleared. But already, within a 12-hour period, we have received reports that 77 people have died as a result of the earthquake, and close to 600 have been injured, and these numbers are more than likely to go up because it is such a short time period that we're getting these reports. It is very sad to hear this, and if you may not have heard about the other quakes that have been taking place in the Pacific Ocean, but there were earthquakes in Myanmar the other week, and there was also a significant earthquake in Vanuatu down into the southern portion of the Pacific Ocean. So it looks like that we're seeing a lot of seismic activity at this point, so we will have to continue to monitor how things are looking like even here in Tokyo. While Tokyo may not have as many fault lines as the western or even the central portion of Japan, we're talking Osaka and the Kansai region have significant fault lines. So they are also prone to earthquakes, but as you remember, the 2011 quake, the big fault line was off the coast of Japan, and that's where the real danger comes from. The quake is certainly very dangerous, but it's a tsunami, the water walls that come from these quakes, that become a concern. So that's something that we will have to continue to monitor. Thank you for your words of encouragement and for prayer, and I do continue to ask that you will provide your continue to pray for the situation. If there's any interest in providing donations to this particular area, feel free to send me a private message and let me know. I'll see what I can do to coordinate those type of efforts and providing finances and things like that to those who are in the area, because people here really do need the supplies. That's really the most critical need at this particular point. More than likely, this will be the last update for this particular situation, because as updates continue to get smaller and smaller, there won't be a need to have comprehensive video updates. Nevertheless, I will continue to update you on my Facebook page and on Twitter, and we'll let you know if there is any significant updates that I need to provide. I will produce another video update at that point. Thank you so much for logging on. Thank you for keeping these people in your prayers, and I hope you have a safe day wherever you are.